One of the engagements I started with the leaders, and the head of transformation was super excited to implement this. And in the journey, after 2 months of work, I decided not to continue because of the leaders. What is it? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Weekend Stories. This is JP here from LeanWisdom. So this is an engagement. It came like 2 years back. One of my participants in my public workshop, who did a SAFe workshop with us, and he came to me and said, JP, we need your help. Right? It's a large enterprise, right? European-based company, and they said, this leader came and asked me, can you please come to our company and then look at, how we can implement SAFe. I said, okay. I went there. I spoke to the leaders, couple of leaders. And the first sense was that, most of the leaders in the company are for a very long time, and they don't want to make decisions, and they wanted to be very careful in making decisions, right? So if I look back, how was this journey? 1.5 years back, from the day that I was talking to the leader, 1.5 years back, they made a decision to move to SAFe, but they have not moved forward. Why? Because they were waiting for a perfect situation to move, right? Oh, we have a release. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, we are not sure whether, we have the right leaders. Okay, we are not sure whether we should. Quite a few questions, right? Okay. Have you at least trained yourself as leaders? Do you understand what is Agile? Do you understand what is scaling Agile? No. Leaders did not go through the training, but pretty much the team members were trained on Agile and a little bit of some basic knowledge of overview of scaled Agile. Okay, how does it help? It doesn't help because the leaders don't know what the change is going to happen, how the change is going to happen, right? So I also spoke to the counterparts. The head office in one of the countries in Europe. I saw solid resistance there. There, the leaders were like 35 years experience in their space, right? They know the domain knowledge is so good, right? Experience is so good, but they were so reluctant to change. They said, no, nothing will change. I don't think we will get it. And I tried telling them, okay, my request was to all the leaders, please spend with me 2 days. All that I want you to do is spend with me 2 days, and I want you to understand the framework. I know your business problems, because I've done a lot of homework on this company, talking to the leaders, talking to the mid-level leadership, talking to the team members, attending their events, and watching how they're working. I have a lot of information I gathered, and I know clearly where is the problem. This is a systemic problem that we need to fix it, and this has to be fixed from the top, not at the team. The team members were so frustrated that we don't know what's going on. We are open for it, but things are not changing. So it is truly the leaders. So I wanted them to understand. Trust me, it took at least 1.5 months for me to even convince them that they should attend. Okay, and then we scheduled a training. When I started scheduling it, people started declining. Right, a crowd was, a leadership. This is an organization of 200-300 people, and the leaders of 10-15 leaders, half of them just declined before the training. Right. When I asked them, they gave me some silly reasons that we had a 1 hour client call, we could not postpone it. Right? Did you know before that? Yeah, just suddenly client asked today, but we still accept it. Right? But I understood the root of the issue is that they don't want to change, and they feel that it is a change required for the team, not for us. Right? How pathetic, right? I don't come across always this situation. There are times I come across this situation where the leaders are very, very worried about the change. This is one such case, right? I had to speak to them very openly. I pulled some of the leaders and I said, guys, unless you commit, I'm not going to commit here. Yeah, because 6 months later, 1 year later, if I look back, I want to see something successful. Right? My job is not to implement Agile. My job is not to implement SAFe. My job is not to implement any framework. My job is to give you business results. My job is to make you predictable. My job is to make you release faster to market. My job is to make sure you release with high quality. And when I made it very explicit and I said, I need your support, otherwise I will not be able to continue, they were not ready to give us support. then I decided that okay, it's time. We have spent 2 months with this organization, and I tried telling them, and they understand me, I understand them, and then they said, no, I don't think we need this kind of a change. Let us make one powerful statement that the leader of the organization, of this entire group, made that let us not bring big change, JP. Let us see small changes from the team. And then I want to show some results so that we make a difference. Right? I said it doesn't work. Because you will stop. You are the leader. When the team is ready to change, you have done this Agile 1.5 years back. How come you didn't get the results? Because there is somebody in the senior who's coming and saying that, no, in the middle of the sprint, something need to change. And every time you come and change the entire backlog. Right? You don't have a roadmap. You don't have a long-term vision. You don't have long-term thinking. Right? There is no discipline in Scrum. There is no definition of done, definition of ready, followed. There is no clear acceptance criteria written for backlog. So there are quite a few problems. Teaching only the team doesn't help. The leaders you have to implement. You have to change first. Otherwise the people down will not change. Or even if they're ready to change, they cannot change because you won't let them. So I had a very, very candid conversation with this leader. At some point the leader said, I am somehow failing to get this done, JP. Looks like we are not ready because my own leaders are not supporting. Right? It was a very sorry face that she cut. And I said, okay, if that's the case, I will step out. When you are ready, you call me. Right? I want to start the transformation first with leaders. If the leaders change, everything will change. I made it very clear. She understood. I moved out. Sometimes we may have to make a strong decision as consultants. Politely tell them, but clearly communicate that hey, there is a problem that unless you fix it, nothing will change. Elephant in the room need to be called out. Just cannot keep quiet and beat around the bush. It doesn't work. Right? Intentions have to be very clear that we want to build a business result for this organization. We want to build business result for this product. Product should go through an exponential result. Right? Wow, aha moment they should face. For that, you may need to do a surgery sometimes, and it starts from the leaders. Right? This experience where it's a kind of negative story that I want to share with you, and this will probably help you. Sometimes you have to make a decision. Is it good for me personally to drop that opportunity that time? No, financially it is not a great option, right? Why will I lose? Because I'm a consultant, I'm paid on a daily basis, for the work that I do. And I'm dropping and coming out when I didn't have any other option. I still did that because, remember guys, it's a karma. Our job is to make sure that we do the right thing. Right? When consultants, the coaches and consultants do the right thing and be very authentic to your job and being very, very clear about this to the leaders, you will see sometimes leaders change big time, sometimes they cannot change. Make a decision and move on. It is a financial loss, maybe a short term, but am I happy? I'm very happy in a long term because I did the right thing for myself as well as for that organization. Right? Even if I would have continued for 6 months, I don't think I would have got any results. Right? So I thought I'll share this experience with you. Sometimes it is hard. Right? We have to make a decision. Please make a decision. That is why we are there. Leaders are to take strong decisions, right? Make a decision and move on. Hope this video was helpful. Thanks for listening and have a great weekend. See you next week.